Are you feeling a little frustrated that you're spending all this time creating content, like cranking it out, putting it out into the world, only for it to just fall on deaf ears? It's like, did anybody see this? Did anybody hear this? If you're feeling that right now, or you felt it before, I hear you. This happens. And I know because I have been in your shoes. And there are still times, frankly, that we put out a piece of content and it doesn't get rave reviews. So, what's a girl to do when she's in that situation? I wanted to give you just a couple of pointers, and then I want to turn you to a resource that's happening right now, so stay tuned for that. Okay, first things first. It's critically important that you break through the clutter. And right now, I don't know if you've noticed, there's a shitload of clutter all over social media, which is a primary platform for the vast majority of us as business owners. So this is where you gotta differentiate like a boss. And there's a couple pieces that are part of that. One, you've got to have a very clear perspective of who you serve, and it needs to be narrow. And I've heard so many of you say, like, I'm afraid of niching down, and what if I do that and I pigeonhole myself? Dude, you got to get that out of your head, because the riches are in the niches. And seriously, you got to narrow the focus, because that's how great marketing works. When you really start speaking to like a specific person with a specific problem, a bunch of people that identify with both of those things are like ding, 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 and the light bulbs turn on. They're like, oh shit, you're my girl, or you're my boy, okay? Number two, you have to stand for something. And this is where I think, honestly, for me, this has been a struggle. I'm a person who, although I function best in black and white, I really, from a perspective, and I think because of the way I was raised to see shades of gray. And it's like, there's no right or wrong. And like, I believe that in my core, which made it hard for me to develop a marketing message early on that was like real succinct and pointed, because I wanted to play to all ends and let people know that it was okay, whatever they were having. But playing in the gray, it doesn't help you when you're developing a marketing message at all. And the third piece I want to talk about before I turn you onto this resource is we also need to remember it's all trial and error. And that's okay. In fact, it's part of the process, and it's part that I've learned to deeply love. So the truth is, even the message I'm putting out today, I don't know how it's going to sit with you guys. I have a sense for it, but I don't know with 100% certainty. So I put it out anyway. I'm testing it, and I'll see what lands, and I'll see what works, and then I'll come back to it. But I am always listening. And the listening comes to like, what's my audience saying? What's going on in their worlds? What do I hear them constantly complain about or say they need help with? Those start to give cues, but it's really important that we listen and remember, trial it and error it. The biggest companies in the world still trial and error marketing messaging all the time. And I can tell you that because that's what I used to do professionally for 10 years before I started my first business 10 years ago. Okay? You trial and error it. You figure out things. If the campaign doesn't work, you're like, well, shit, we'll pull that one and we'll move on to the next one. This is part of the deal. Okay? So let me turn you on to this resource. So my mentor, who's taught me a tremendous amount about messaging and content marketing, is Brandon Lucero. And his Video Revolution content series, or Content Revolution video series, I said that backwards. Content Revolution video series is launching this coming Monday on March 1st. And I want you guys to check this out. It's a 5-day free video series. I've already gotten a sneak peek at it, and it's freaking awesome. And he's going to illustrate some of the concepts that I've talked to you about today, and really help you start rethinking what it means to be content marketing, and how you start to really bring your messaging together with what you're selling, so that you're not just creating content just to create shit and put it out into the world and stay really fucking busy, but instead create content that's designed to put your product or service out into the world, so it becomes like this. There's a word I want to use, but it's not in my head right now. Like synchronized swimming. I don't think that's the word. Anyway, that it meshes together in a really good way. Wow, I should have thought about that word before I started recording this. See, trial and error. Who cares? Put it out into the world. Okay, check out the Content Revolution video series with my mentor, Brandon Lucero. It's a 5-day free video series. All you gotta do is sign up. You'll get, I think it comes out each email daily. He also has a Facebook group that's really awesome and really active, and he's gonna be doing some really fun stuff in there to encourage you to watch the content and make sure that you're learning it and really understanding it so that you can apply it in your business. I guarantee you're gonna learn a lot from it. I did when I went through it for the first time last year, and I've been working with Brandon since then. And I am such a fan. All right. That's all I got to say. Have a great day. Cheerio.